9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.
Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. This is your timeless elite, your PR princess, Stone Cold Courtney, whatever you want to call me, on this special edition. I could say Timeless Elite Wednesdays, but this is Timeless Elite Saturday because they are in the land down under in Australia tonight. But I hope everyone had a wonderful Valentine's Day. And yes, I am aware that it was taped. Please no spoilers, because I have seen some certain dirt sheets trying to put results in, and I've been trying to avoid them all day. So I hope everybody had a wonderful Valentine's Day. As you can see, I'm decked out in my little heart because we still have the night young, but very excited to enjoy AEW Grand Slam Australia. I'm just waiting for it to wrap up because I know they did like a post women's basketball game on TNT. But here we go. Grand Slam Australia. And look at Sydney, Australia. And it's crazy because last year they were in Brisbane and this year they're in Sydney. Because I know last year it was sold out, but we're kicking off with the Death Riders. So we're kicking off with Jon Moxley. He will be defending the Continental Championship against Konosuke Takeshita. We do see Marina Shafir fire him up. Hey, rules apply for the Continental Classic or Continental Championship. Everyone's barred from ringside. 20-minute time limit. And I can tell you this is going to be a banger. And yeah, you kind of want to start off hot with Australia. So you gotta start off hot for Grand Slam Australia, and I do think this is a good match. Jon Moxley taking on Konosuke Takeshita. Jon Moxley wants his lick back from Takeshita, but it will definitely be a banger. Obviously, of course, we know the main event will be MJF taking on Brody King for the AEW World Heavyweight title. We also do have some matches happening. Two of my favorite people, part of my clientele team, Timeless Toni Storm and Orange Cassidy, taking on Marina Shafir and that little runt Wheeler Yuta, put it in a tornado tag match, and the loser of the fall has to have their head shaved. So it's going to be very interesting to see. But obviously with Jon Moxley and Takeshita, they are showing highlights from the Continental Classic where Takeshita beat Jon Moxley. But also we did see 2 weeks ago for the trios, it was the Don Callis family taking on the Death Riders. Konosuke Takeshita picked up the victory. But last week on Dynamite, they showed the highlights. Jon Moxley picked up the victory. So it's kind of been pretty even in a way. And outside of the tag match, we also have Hangman Adam Page taking on Andrade El Ídolo to determine the #1 contender for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. The winner of that match will face off against the winner of MJF and Brody King at AEW Revolution. We also have Australia's own Kyle Fletcher, who is the new TNT champion, taking on Mark Briscoe in a ladder match, round number 7. And we also have the Babes of Wrath, Australia's own Harley Cameron and Willow Nightingale taking on Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford for the AEW Women's World Tag Team Championship. All this and more happening, and you get to spend 2 hours with me happening tonight. And we see Konosuke Takeshita coming into the ring. As I mentioned, we don't see Don Callis. As I said, Continental rules apply. 20-minute time limit. Everybody's banned from ringside. I mean, hey, if you really want to bring it to the fans in Australia, this is what you have to do. And I think will be a good first rivalry test for Jon Moxley, because Jon Moxley, he's hungry for competition. He's waiting for that to happen. we'll see how this goes, because I feel like this is not going to be the last time we see Mox taking on Takeshita. So shout out to Boza in the chat. Shout out to Lynette Zayas. I've been doing well. Yesterday, I did commentary for Girl Power Pro Wrestling, the Glitter Ticket Rumble. I'll be talking about that throughout the 2 hours, and happy to be back home and being with all of you for Grand Slam Australia, where we're kicking off with a Continental Championship. Konosuke Takeshita take it on Jon Moxley. And feel free to put in the chat on who you guys got winning. Do you have Takeshita winning? Or do you have Jon Moxley winning? Or do you think it's going to end in a draw? Because I feel like this match is not going to end clean. But here we go. Moxley, Takeshita. Oof. It looked like both of them are not nudging at all. Oof. It's like neither one of them are nudging. It's like counter after counter after counter. Nice counter by both of them. It's like pretty even in a way. But shout out to your point, Lynette Zayas. I did not watch SmackDown last night. I know I did see my sister Honey do the Honey Night SmackDown, but I am going to catch up on wrestling. I did hear SmackDown was pretty good, so I'll put some time in tomorrow to watch SmackDown. Also, TNA had their pay-per-view last night as well, No Surrender, and I kind of need to watch that as well because I heard there were some pretty good spot moments, and I'm very happy for that. But going back to Takeshita and Mox, Mox is trying to put a submission on Takeshita, but it looks like it's not staying. And nice counter by Takeshita, going for arm of Mox, but Mox reversing. Well, I mean, Boza, yes. I mean, the Don Callis family's not only imploding, but I'm just saying. Ooh, look at the stare down between Mox and Takeshita. It's like pretty even in a way. I feel like Mox really wanted to wrestle Takeshita because I feel like he sees something in him that could be a potential star. Oh, yes, Boza, we will talk about that. I definitely seen that story pop up this past week. I know we did not have WWT Live Wednesday and Friday, but I will be talking more about that regarding what's been going on with AEW, Warner Brothers, Discovery, and Brody, and this new audience that we're getting. But we will be talking about that throughout 2 hours because I kind of have to put some thoughts into it. But going back to this match between Takeshita and Moxley, it's been pretty even with these guys. These guys know each other so well. And I also have some candy that I have. So, but yeah, it's pretty even between Takeshita and Moxley. But I can see a story happening. Not just within the Don Callis family. I could see something imploding with the Death Riders sooner than you think. Because I'm going to tell you something. If Wheeler Yuta gets his head shaved bald, that would be the best thing for me. And I would be sitting and laughing my head off. And looking at the chops between Takeshita and Moxley, it's just like these guys are just not giving in. And that's a good thing. Jon Moxley's like, come on. Oh, trust me, Boza. Marina Shafir, even though I didn't like the way she woman handled my lady Toni Storm, she will be getting her hands on Don Callis sooner than you think. This Moxley right here. Boom! Right between the ropes. Dive on Takeshita, and both men are laying on the concrete. That is the worst thing to experience with concrete. That really stinks. When they're showing the replay again, Jon Moxley did like suicide dive between the ropes, aiming for Takeshita. But I can tell a lot of people in Australia are really rooting for Jon Moxley. They're rooting for Mr. Moxley. And they're taking it outside the ring. It's been pretty even. Oof. Jon Moxley. What's Jon Moxley? There's no other person like him. That's why people call him the ace of AEW. Oof. Hitting Takeshita on the back. I'm just letting Mox. He's like putting his muscles out, pointing at the fans. Well, he's been loved by everybody. You can't knock him for that. Shout out to Jeffrey in the chat. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody. Jeff Mennerling, Michael Vasquez, wishing everybody a happy Valentine's Day. I hope everybody got to spend Valentine's Day the way they want to. So, we shall see. I would pick a slight winner, but I would not be shocked if this match ended in a draw. I would not be shocked at all. See, Sydney, Australia is bringing it. They are bringing it to the fair. The fans are really bringing it in the land down under. Half of them are rooting for Mox. I'm sure people are going to be cheering for Takeshita. But also, yeah, I'm not going to pick a clear-cut winner because I could... Jon Moxley put a thumb to the eye on Takeshita. Threw him almost outside the ring. Drop kick. And hit Takeshita onto the floor. Well, the barricade. John, it's John's facial expressions that just like get you going. It's like you want to chuckle for a minute. It's like you can't hate the man, but it's like he chuckles. But we are in picture, and it looks like the TV is standing by, which you have to remind her this was taped earlier today. So it sucks that we can't see the action still going on, but we're on commercial anyway, and we're just waiting on commercial. But thank you for joining with me on this special edition, because this is Timeless Elite Saturday with yours truly. As you can see, I am decked out in hearts because today is Valentine's Day. Wishing everybody a happy and healthy Valentine's Day, and hopefully you get to spend it with all your loved ones. But yeah, that's the sticky part. It's on commercial, so I can't see it. I can't even see the match on picture-in-picture. But if you're joining with me, we are kicking off with Jon Moxley and Konosuke Takeshita for the Continental Championship match. Continental rules apply. Everybody's banned from ringside. 20-minute time limit. But yeah, I mean, after we get to Australia, it's pretty much the road trip to Los Angeles for AEW Revolution, their first pay-per-view of 2026. Oh my. What are they going to bring to the City of Angels? And also, I wouldn't be surprised, regardless of what happens. Well, I guess it's going to be on commercial for a bit. So since we're on commercial, I guess I'll give a little bit. So during this match between Takeshita and Jon Moxley, I kind of said it would end in a draw, and I wouldn't be surprised because they look so even with each other. I wouldn't be shocked if they did another round 2 leading into Revolution, because I feel like there's a lot of things that are happening. Who's announcing this episode? Well, right now we have Excalibur and Tony Schiavone announcing this so far. But those are far as I know. But I'm going to try to make sure this is all spoiler free because I know this episode was taped earlier today. And, you know, people always love to do that. Shout out to Frederick Cole in the chat. Happy Saturday. And yes, Bozo, if we do get around. I know, right? It's like, yeah, he wants to catch. He wants. I thought this was a paper. Well, Jeffrey, Grand Slam Australia is like a special television show. So it's kind of like a special edition of Collision. Not really a pay-per-view. But they could host a pay-per-view in Australia. But their first official, AEW's first official pay-per-view is Revolution, which is next month. But this is a nice way to do it. And we are back with the Continental Championship match. Jon Moxley taking on Konosuke Takeshita. And we do see Jon Moxley putting a headlock in to Takeshita. But it's crazy. The fans are behind Moxley. Make sure with the facts. But I'm happy that you came. And oh, nice move by Takeshita. He really wants to end this thing. What's Takeshita doing out here? Ooh, kick to the face onto Jon Moxley. The Thunder Bomb. Oh, that was a quick kick out. Moxley's shaking his head. He's like, not today. I'm not backing down. Both men are on the top rope, so I don't know what's going to happen if it's going to be stupid. And, oh, Takeshita scratching. What's Takeshita going to do here? Ooh, like a sunset power bomb. But yeah, so far on the commentary table, it's just Excalibur and Tony Schiavone. Mox is putting those punches onto Takeshita, and he's biting his head. And what's Takeshita doing here? He's got a power bomb. John looks terrified. Power bomb. 1, 2. Quick kick out by Jon Moxley. It's all good, Jeffrey. I think people tend to, I don't want to say they forgot about Grand Slam Australia, but there's just been so much wrestling happening this past week. Obviously, we did a Monday Night Raw, NXT, Dynamite, SmackDown, TNA, SmackDown, and we also had a pay-per-view on Friday with TNA with No Surrender. So, and also it's hard to watch wrestling on Saturdays, but very rarely I do a watch along on Saturdays for Collision. But this in particular I can do because it's in Australia. I had to do it. It was from the land down under. And plus, 2 of my people are competing tonight. So you know I was not going to miss out on this. Toni Storm and Orange Cassidy. It was not on my bucket list for them to team up together. I had Toni and Darby Allin teaming up together. But yeah. But Jon Moxley, he's like a lion praying to Takeshita. Oh, man. He did the curb stomp outside the ring. Oh, boy. Jon Moxley, he's just strutting around, complaining. He really wants this to be a count out. But, oh, boy. Mox just wants this to end. Did a curve stomp. 7. Get in the ring, Takeshita. Mox wants to end this thing at a count out. 9. Oh, he made the save, Takeshita. But Moxley's like, nope, I want to leave. He's like, nope, I want to leave. Because I think I heard from Arkady 10 minutes remaining. Okay, yep, Boza. I did hear the announcement from Arkady. But yeah, 10 minutes. Moxley put a submission hold on to Takeshita. And he's put the submission hold on many, many times. But Takeshita's trying to block it. Oh. John, you got the submission hold locked in? Look out. Takeshita has his foot on the bottom of the ropes. Jeffrey, you're kidding. He's like, it was my... Oh, you're full of jokes. Yeah. It's like, who's the mystery man that took out Braun Breaker? Who's the mystery man that took out Austin Theory on Monday Night Raw? I thought it was Austin Theory, but I guess my theory, I guess that was out. Takeshita's like, come on. He's like, come on. Of course, Moxley puts up the middle finger. Takeshita's like, not today. Ooh, that was a nice move that he did. Yeah, Takeshita's exploding. 1, 2, kick out by Mox. Kick out by Mox. Well, at least they do have some leverage for the Continental Championship, but I just have a feeling they may meet again in round 2. Takeshita taking off his meat pad. So you know what that means. Ooh, Mox blocked it. Submission hold, but he's trying to put the Mox the submission hold. It's like musical chairs. Oh. That has to be it. 2. Quick kick out by Takeshita. I thought that was it, but Takeshita is still alive. That's why I said I would not be shocked if this ended in a draw. But I do have Takeshita winning the AEW International Championship because that was part of my bold predictions. And I'll post them up during the event as well. Because that was one of my bold predictions. I do have... I thought Kyle Fletcher, but I do have Konosuke Takeshita winning the AEW International Championship. And this is actually, you're right, Jeffrey. This is a really great match. And you're a man with imagination. Imagine if Mox would be the one. And the fans are saying this is awesome. Headbutt. 1 minute remaining. Oh my God. Arkady said 1 minute remaining. And I did say this earlier. I would not be shocked if this ended in a draw. And then it goes right into Revolution. Because Revolution's only a couple weeks away. Moxley, he's sitting in the corner. So is Takeshita. They're both sitting in the corner. 30 seconds. 30 seconds remaining. And look, all the fans are on their feet. Jon Moxley with the clothesline. Quick kick out by Takeshita. 30 seconds. Oh my God. Moxley kicked out. Kick back at the kick. 2. Quick kick out by Mox. This is actually a really good match to start off. Yep. It ended in a draw. And the fans are not happy. The fans are on their speed. And look at Takeshita's face. He looks so disappointed. Yep. That's one of the things when you're the reigning Continental champion. But yeah, it ended in a draw, but still Continental champion Jon Moxley. And I can tell you Jon Moxley is not happy either. He does look a little bit irate because there's not a clear-cut winner. I would not be shocked if it's round 2. Like I said, I would not be shocked if it's round 2 at Revolution. Hold on. Jon Moxley's talking to the referee. I wish I could hear what he's saying to the referee. Yeah, Mox is really irritated. Yeah, I mean, I can't blame either one because it needs a winner. and look, they're still talking trash with each other and punching each other. Look at the catch. But Takeshita wants that title. Oh, that is not over between those two. But yeah, that was the way to kick off Grand Slam Australia. Not the result that we wanted, but it does continue the storyline between these two, especially leading up to Revolution. And they're going through the rest of the card for Grand Slam Australia. But thank you for joining with me on this special Timeless Elite Saturday edition, Grand Slam Australia. I'm very curious on what's going to be match number 2. What's going to follow up after seeing that match kick off? So they're showing what happened this past Wednesday on Dynamite between Kyle Fletcher, Tommaso Ciampa, Kyle Fletcher being the TNT champion, and they're showing highlights between Kyle Fletcher and Mark Briscoe, which I would think would be the match next in a ladder match. And shout out to Wilson Chad Benentez 3021 for joining in the chat. You only missed one match so far, and it kicked off with Konosuke Takeshita and Jon Moxley, where it ended in a draw, and neither men were not happy about it. But we're just waiting on the next match, which I want to say it's the TNT, but I guess they just showed a promo. But up next, it is the AEW Women's World Tag Team Championships. The Babes of Wrath taking on Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford. Oh my. Always love seeing the ladies and Australia's own Harley Cameron. Well, I'll call you Chad. I will call you Chad. But yes, we are at commercial. We're just waiting on. And thank you for joining with me on Timeless Elite on the special Timeless Elite Saturday edition with me. As you can tell, we are in the land down under in Australia. Kicked off with the Continental Championship match, and we're just waiting on the ladies the AEW Women's Tag Team Championships. The Babes of Wrath, Willow Nightingale, Harley Cameron, taking on Penelope Ford and Megan Bayne. So excited. Always be excited to see the ladies on the card. And also, it's another homecoming for Harley Cameron because she's also from Australia. And if you recall last year, when it was in Australia, she was one-on-one with Mercedes Moné. She faced off against Mercedes Moné for the TBS title, and we saw Minnie Monet, the puppet. So we shall see. And yep, Harley is a hometown. It's a possibility. Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford, because you got to remember, Penelope Ford was injured during the tournament because of her elbow. Jeffrey's like, I have favorites in Willow, Harley, and Megan Bayne. Yeah, Megan Bayne, she is something. She has been flying around. If you know her from the independent scene and everything else. I'm excited. I always love it when they come to the land down under. It comes to the land down under. It's always nice. And actually, that's how my bucket list is. One of my bucket lists is actually to visit Australia because it always looks fun. Yes, Jeffrey, she's a beast. If you followed Megan Bayne throughout the independent scene, she's a woman that got no joke. Well, it's funny you mentioned that, Boza, for TV because, well, we're in the future because I know it's the next day for them. They actually have their first ever live house show happening in Brisbane, Australia. We're going to see, hopefully, if they still have hair, Toni Storm and Orange Cassidy taking on Jon Moxley and Marina Shafir. And we also get to see my two other favorite ladies, Jamie Hayter and Alex Windsor. And they're showing the promo from what's happened this past week between Tekla and Chris Adler in a whipping match. Shout out to Tekla. Congratulations to her. She's the new AEW Women's Champion. It's going to be a lot toxic. But it was a good match, though. It was a really good match. And after the match, during the title, we got to see the Brawling Birds. Because remember, Jamie Hayter still has a beef with Tekla. I could see a lot more between those two, Tekla and Chris Statlander. And then also you could throw in Jamie Hayter in that mix because Jamie Hayter has a victory over Tekla. But it's going to be a very fun rivalry. And I think this is where Chris Statlander is really going to deep into her cosmic killer character and conquer the galaxy in a dangerous and violent way. But here we go. We got the AEW Women's Tag Team Championship. We have Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford making their presence known to the ring. See what I did there? You got to have the accent. Oh, Jeff Metterling. Jamie Hayter is starting to. Jamie Hayter will be champion. And I'm going to say this as a person that's a supporter of Jamie Hayter. She's going to get that belt sooner than you think. And I'm not saying that because she's part of my team, but she's going to get it. Someone get the raid. Oh, Jeffrey, someone get the raid for the spider. Trust me, we're going to see toxicity. And yes, Boza, I mean, I was happy to see Chris Statlander. I think the problem was it wasn't towards her. It was just like something we brought up with creative-wise because I really wanted them to deep into that cosmic killer, the galaxy, looking at some sci-fi movies to really help elevate and develop that character. I just don't want people thinking like, oh, yeah, she beat well, Toni Storm, she beat. That was realistic because you beat the champ. It was just with Mercedes because she beat her. Mercedes beat her before and thought it was an easy win, but no, it wasn't. Chris Statlander beat her, and you gotta have the accent. Well, I don't know. We'll see the accent with the land down under. But here we go. We got the Babes of Wrath, including Australia's own Harley Cameron. And also, when you think about it too, with Tekla, there's not that many strong heels in the AEW women's division. I mean, outside of Mercedes. And I think because Mercedes, she's like a global presence. She has everything, and it doesn't make you feel small. So I think with Tekla, this could be really fun. But Harley Cameron's going after Megan Bayne. This is not the first time these two ladies met. I will never forget being at Collision in Atlantic City. Harley Cameron taking on Megan Bayne, and that match, it got the fans on their feet, and I really thought she was going to give Megan Bayne a pinfall loss. But it looks like the Babes of Wrath are putting their tag team skills to good use, but and I'm going to say this, and I also, Boza, I'm going to put a point on this regarding Chris Statlander and everything else, but we'll be putting on this shortly after this match. Happy to see the ladies in action. Also, feel free to put in the chat on who you... I know, right, Jeffrey? How could anyone hate Willow Nightingale? She's fiery, she's fierce, she's lovable, she will kick your ass. She will definitely do that. And also, I do have to acknowledge the fact that AEW did put, if you saw in the lower corner, they acknowledged Black History Month because February is Black History Month. So shout out to AEW, shout out to TNA for really acknowledging that. And we haven't seen, the main promotion, but we have seen it from TNA. We have seen it from AEW. And I do appreciate that. But Penelope and Megan are really putting their mind games to work. Nice counter by Harley. Tag is made to Miss Willow Nightingale, who not only is one half of the AEW Women's Tag Team, she's also the reigning TBS champion. Ooh, nice. Nice cannonball onto both. Oh, poor the cameraman. Willow is so fired up, and I love it. She just has that spitfire. Willow is just so fired up. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Oh, now finally, they now are doing it in picture. Because I know during Takeshita and Moxley, they couldn't do that. But thankfully, the match is still going on live in picture. And look at Willow. She's just really putting in there. And can't forget about Megan Bayne either. I really thought, because I think outside of Toni, the only female that actually almost gave her a run for her money was Chris Statlander. Because if you remembered when they made event on a Dynamite, Chris almost took her to the limit. And I really thought Chris Statlander was going to be the one to pin her. And I know they don't want to give her any more losses. And trying to protect her. Yeah, it was acting up Boza for a bit because it just felt very weird. But I'm happy it is going live. Hi, Will Rail Sport 1. Greetings from the UK. Greetings. We always love to see people from the UK. And by the way, if you saw the announcement from AEW Dynamite, AEW All In is back at Wembley Stadium and tickets will go on sale next month. Oh my. I'm very excited for them to come back to Wembley Stadium. Also, because we were talking about Willow earlier, and if I forget, if you are in LA during AEW Revolution weekend, check out Denise. You've seen her on socials. You've seen her interviews. She will be putting on her first live podcast show, and she's going to have Willow Nightingale as her special guest. So if you're in the LA area, feel free to give a shout out and support Denise for her first show. She's very excited. I'm happy for her that she's pulling it off. And it's a shame because I mean, if it was in the East Coast, I would go, but oh yes. Oh yes, it's definitely gonna get a lot of fan base because I'm trying to think, it was either the first year or second year they did Wembley. One of those shows was sold out. And for them to do that, that's incredible. And I'm gonna try to see. Oh, Chad, you can find Denise. I know, and it's so awesome. Like Denise is super excited to have Willow Nightingale, and I couldn't think of a better person to do that than her. And I'm just looking at commercials and everything. So hopefully we do get to the match back soon. But I'm very excited to have all of you. And speaking of that, we are back with the AEW Women's World Tag Team Championships. The Babes of Wrath, Harley Cameron, Australia's own, and Willow Nightingale taking on Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford. And Penelope and Harley Cameron are going at it. It's just crazy how a year has changed for Harley Cameron. Last year when they came to Australia, it was with her in front of her family, her friends, facing off against Mercedes Moné, and now this year she's teaming up with Willow Nightingale to take on Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford. What a year has it been for her? Yes, Denise Salcedo. I said it right. Shout outs to her. Make sure to check out her work that she's doing. I know she recently interviewed Chris Statlander before she lost the title. She's interviewed Jamie Hayter, Sting, so many wrestlers she interviewed. Make sure to check out her channel. I know she is doing a watch along right now with Grand Slam Australia. You can also hang out with me and Denise as well. So hopefully maybe in the future we could do like a watch along in the future. Kick to the face by Megan Bayne. Quick kick out by Harley Cameron. I always love it to see the ladies in action. And yes, this Wednesday on Dynamite, they are back in the West Coast in Sacramento, California. And you already know the match that we're going to get. We already know the match we're going to get in Sacramento on Wednesday. It's kind of like a give me match. Swerve Strickland taking on Kenny Omega for the first time ever. So pretty much I was like a gimme. Like, we're showing this on TV. Oh, nice kick to the head. Nice kick by Harley. She's really showing it. And Jeffrey, we are going to work on that because we're trying to get Boss Lady to do it. Ooh. Nice counter by Harley. Oh, she's putting a submission hold up to Megan Bayne. That's the first time I've ever seen anybody do a submission hold on her. Yeah, because I don't think Toni did or Stat. Oof. I gotta give props to the ladies. They just show out. Ooh, Megan Bayne with that running. She's trying to be the mega sis. Ooh. Man, I'm not going to lie. That was a pretty dope move. All 4 ladies are down, but they are getting a standing ovation from Sydney, Australia, which is great. And I love it. All 4 ladies are showing a great performance. All 4 ladies. They should have just made this a tornado tag match. I mean, I know they're trying to make it a tag team match, but they should have made it a tornado tag team match by the looks of it. Oh, that was a miscue. Ooh, that was a miscue by Megan and Penelope. Tag is made to Willow. Nice tag team by these 2 ladies. That was a nice tag team combo. Quick kick out by Megan Bain. Question is, who's going to take the pinfall? That is the question. Let's see. Harley. What's Harley going to do here? Ooh, Penelope threw Willow over the top rope. Hopefully she's not seriously injured. Miscue by Harley. Tag is made to Penelope. Ooh, that was a move by Penelope. That was pretty impressive. I'm not going to lie. Oh, man. Megan Bain coming out. Oh! Lift time up by Megan Bain onto Willow Nightingale. So now it's just Harley. 3. Oh, my goodness. You're winners. And still tag team champions, the Babes of Wrath. Well, it's nice to see the Aussies win. I wouldn't say it upset. Well, you would think, Boza, because, you know, it's a lot to pack in. But congratulations to Harley Cameron and Willow Nightingale on the win. So proud. Oh! That's Lena Cross. That's Lena Cross. Because if you remember a couple months ago, because I believe it was on my watch along that I broke the news, courtesy of Fightful, that Lena Cross signed with AEW. Well, I guess with Marina Shafir working business with Toni Storm and Mina Shirokana, this could actually help. Oh. I don't think the tag team titles. I think Megan Bain is also looking at the TBS title. She wants both of Willow's belts. And then adding Lena Cross to the mix, it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be very interesting. And of course, they're showing what with Ricochet and Jack Perry, this rivalry's been going on the last couple weeks. So it looks like Ricochet is putting out a notice. He's putting out a notice to Jack Perry that something bad's going to happen. So there's a lot of bad blood between those two. Yeah, I mean, well, Jeff, this is going to be interesting because with the fact, I'm trying to think how this is going to work because the Triangle of Madness destroyed Chris Statlander on Wednesday. And the Brawling Birds came out to help out because Jamie Hayter still has issues with Tekla. So this is going to be very interesting on how it's going to play out with the tag team division. And shout out to Hassan, USA Network Gamer, Terrell. Shout out to you for joining on this special Timeless Elite Saturday from Grand Slam Australia. We just had a banger of a match between the AEW Women's Tag Team Championship. The Babes of Wrath retain their belts against Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford, but they got some backup in Lena Cross. Not sure where she's going to be going to the mix, but she will definitely be in. And also, it is Valentine's Day today, so hopefully wishing everybody a happy and safe Valentine's Day. And hopefully you got to spend it with your loved ones and everything else, because we want to spread a little bit of love. And it's funny, Chad, you mentioned about Denise Salcedo, because we're gonna try to do a collab with Denise. I'm always down to do one with her anytime when it comes to post shows, watch alongs. We're gonna do that, and hopefully, we do get her on a guest on Women's Wrestling Talk soon, because I really want to sit down with her, learn from each other. Definitely a wrestling fan. We're gonna make that happen. Yes, I did. I did get to celebrate Valentine's Day a little early. So, since we're kind of on commercial. So last night, shout outs to everybody in the ISPW community. Shout out to Tommy Fierro. Tommy Fierro got inducted not only on the International Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame, he also got inducted in the Women's Hall of Fame by Melissa Sampson. There was an award dedicated to Melissa, and she picked Tommy because Tommy's been doing this for quite some time as a promoter, a booker. So awesome to see. And we had a glitter ticket rumble. First time that's ever happened. All 30 ladies from the independent scene go over the top rope. I was very happy to be on the call. And I think it's up on Movision for free. So you can check out my commentary on what I did. We saw some familiar faces in the independent scene. Vicious Vicky, Notorious Mimi, Gabby Ortiz, Gabby Forza, Tiara James, Rebecca J. Scott. So many people coming into the scene. And like I said, all in London Wembley Stadium. Pre-sale March 16th at 10 a.m. On sale officially to the public March 20th. So get ready. Get ready for Cheerio London, England. That is going to be my goal, is going to Wembley Stadium, doing media work, getting as many interviews as I can, and just enjoying the scenery of London, England. And they're showing the promo video from what happened between Andrade and Kenny Omega match. So it's going to be very interesting to see how it's going to play out between Mr. Hangman and Andrade El Ídolo. But yeah, it was really fun. Congratulations to Tiara James on winning the glitter ticket rumble. She's the winner. She will be carrying on that briefcase for a full calendar year against the reigning ISPW Women's Champion Tina San Antonio, who picked up a victory against, you guessed it, AEW's own. Well, she wrestled at AEW, but she's still a part of the crew. Sunny Kiss. So happy to see that. Very, very happy to see that happen. Congratulations. Shout out to like all 30 women. That is so huge to do. Super happy and proud of all of them for their hard work, and very honored to be on the call, and especially supporting just women's wrestling overall. But switching gears, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, but switching gears, yes, she has to prep for the Legends of Wrestling, which is in March, by the way, because Kurt Angle's going to be there. Hacksaw Jim Duggan will be there. But obviously, everybody wants to see Kurt. I mean, Kurt is Kurt. But switching gears, we do have another match to determine who's going to be facing off against the AEW World Heavyweight Champion. It is Andrade El Ídolo taking on Hangman Adam Page. Here comes everyone's favorite cowboy. Because he does look like a cowboy. Well, there's Hangman. he is definitely the people's cowboy. He is everyone's favorite cowboy. Oh, Lord. I gotta deal with that creep Don Callis. Oh, Lord. As Jeffrey will call him, you can't forget about the Mr. Peanut bald creep. Well, and also, shout out to iDrink, by the way. Shout out to iDrink, by the way. They're one of the sponsors for AEW. And they gave me and Boss Lady hands. Shout out to them. But here we go. We got Hangman. We got Andrade. Feel free to put in the chat on who you guys got. Do you have Hangman Adam Page winning? Or do you have Andrade El Ídolo winning? And apparently he's been somewhat, exactly, Mr. Peanut, because he's bald. People call him bald. But feel free to put in the chat who you guys got. Do you have Hangman or do you have Andrade? And Andrade's been somewhat of a ladies' man. Hangman wants to end this thing. But Andrade blocked her. Yeah, boy. Look at Andrade. He's like stuck in the middle of the ropes, but he's doing his pose. Nice move by Hangman. The cameraman. They're both outside the ring. Chop on the Hangman Adam Page. I know, Jeffrey. Yeah, we're going to talk. Oh, Lord. Is that the same lady that was on Dynamite? They're trying to really make him to a ladies' man. And she kissed him on the cheek. Man. Hangman's like, look at Hangman. That lady, is that lady really trying to flirt with Hangman? Oh, look, she's trying to take a selfie with Hangman. Oh, boy. Hey, I wouldn't mind having a selfie with Hangman. Hey, I hope his wife isn't watching. I'm pretty sure Hangman's wife is watching this TV and thinking, like, what did you do? Shaking her head at her husband. Nice move by Hangman. Hangman looks like he hasn't missed a beat. Yeah, apparently Bones and Jeffrey, I have seen that report floating around. And Missy. And also, I think TMZ caught smoke of it. And we don't appreciate anybody using wrestling or the F word in a way. And I don't know who she is, but she needs a little education 101 on professional wrestling. And I like to see her do some wrestling moves because the people that do the wrestling week in, week out, they put their bodies on the line. And she can act Elton Prince on why he hasn't been around. You can ask Darby Allin on why he went through a sheet of glass. You can also ask Charlotte Flair because she was out for a whole year, where she tore her ACL, MCL, and meniscus all at once. I'm just saying. Just be mindful and don't say the F word when it comes to wrestling. Yeah, it did kind of make me laugh, but at the same time, I'm like, okay. But here comes Andrade. But feel free to put in the chat on who you guys got. You guys got Andrade, or do you have Hank? Oh, that was a nice move. I'm not gonna lie, that was a pretty nice move. Quick kick out by Hangman. But feel free to join the chat. Do you have Hangman winning, or do you have Andrade winning? Because the winner of this match faces off against the winner between MJF and Brody King for the AEW World Heavyweight title. And we are in picture. And the picture still works between Andrade and Hangman. So at least we're making progress. I know, Jeffrey, that's always the worst. It's like if you never done any work, you never trained or do any behind the scenes work, you should not say nothing when it comes to wrestling. I'm very grateful not only for Women's Wrestling Talk, but also doing commentary for ISBW and learning the back ends when it comes to the independent scene. Because even though there is a few things that are shady, there's still some good things coming out of it. But Andrade is going to cheat. Hey, I would not be shocked if Andrade cheated. Because he cheated. Well, that's his MO. He cheated the last 2 times. He cheated the last 2 times when he faced off against Swerve and Kenny Omega. But it'll be a good opportunity for Andrade. And MJF says he hopes Andrade wins. He's saying he hopes. Oh, Lord, and now I got to sit with that bald Mr. Peanut creep at ringside doing commentary. I'm sure we'll probably see him again when Kyle Fletcher takes on Mark Briscoe for the TNT Championship. Oof. Nice counter by Andrade. Nice move by Andrade. I guess he's not used to the hospitality in Sydney, Australia. Exactly, Jeffrey. Exactly the point. But thank you all for joining with me on this special Timeless Elite Saturday edition, coming to you from the land down under in Sydney, Australia for Grand Slam Australia. Your Timeless Elite, your PR Princess, Stone Cold Courtney, whatever you want to call me on this edition. And we are at the 9 o'clock hour because we're going to be on here until 10:30. So we're at the final full hour of Grand Slam Australia. Kicked off with Jon Moxley and Konosuke Takeshita that ended in a draw. Good match, but it won't be the last time we see those two go at it, and probably we'll see it at Revolution, considering it's AEW's first pay-per-view for 2026. We also got to see the AEW Women's Tag Team titles, the Babes of Wrath retaining against Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford with an appearance by Lena Cross. And now, since we're back live, we're on our 3rd match. We have Andrade taking on Hangman Adam Page. The winner of this match will face off against the winner of MJF and Brody King for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship, which that will be our main event later tonight. But Andrade is putting a beating. Are you Jeffrey, I'm prepped either way. Listen, I was prepped when Toni faced off against Mercedes. If she wins, great. If she loses, look, I'm being prepared. But I'm not more concerned with Toni. It's just I can't see Orange Cassidy being bald, and that's my other favorite person. I can't imagine that man being bald. I need Wheeler Yuta. I need that little runt Wheeler Yuta to get his head shaved, especially on what he did to Mina Shirokana. Like, how can you cut her hair? How dare you? Ooh, nice counter by Hangman. Clothesline. You know, they're showing the replay again. That was a pretty cool sequence that Andrade and Hangman did. But yeah, one of these guys is gonna get an opportunity for the AEW World Heavyweight title. I don't want to see that creep on my TV screen. I don't want to see Mr. Peanut on my screen. I don't want to see Don Callis because he's a creep, he's a jerk, and that's why nobody likes him. Actually, Bose, it didn't surprise me that I just be like, how am Orange? Oh Lord. I know. Well, I mean, if Tony's grandma's gonna be there, I don't want her. And also, it didn't shock me that Roderick Strong left Orange Cassidy hanging, especially with the fact too, as I mentioned, Roderick Strong beat him for the AEW International title because he ruined one of the best reigns ever, and also with the fact too, he's never liked Orange Cassidy. He called him an idiot. Doesn't think he's that smart, which I think is really sad. So I don't know what's going to happen there. But conglomeration ain't conglomerating. Ooh, that was a nice move by Hangman. I can tell you, even though Hangman's 1/3 of the Trios Championship, he wants to get the belt that he was screwed over from Full Gear last November. Obviously, of course, his tag team partners. Yeah, Jeffrey, exactly. Well, actually, Roddy did leave him, but he got some help from Darby Allin. So you can thank Darby Allin for that interference this past Wednesday. Darby Allin, you're welcome. And it's going to be very interesting too because Darby Allin needs a tag team partner to handle Clark Connors and Gabe Kidd. So it's going to be very interesting how this is going to play out. And also, Orange and Darby are friends. So Orange Cassidy wanted to avenge his friend Darby Allin after what happened to him. Oh yeah, that's true. See, Jeffrey, exactly. So we'll see how this goes. And like I said, Darby Allin just needs to find a partner. He just needs to find a friend to help him even the odds. And I'm sure Darby's got plenty that he can go to. Quick kick out by Hangman. Well, Andrade looks like he's picking up a sweat. Andrade's picking up a sweat. You know what it is? Sooner or later, you think the Death Riders are going to crumble? The Don Callis family is going to crumble sooner than you think. Ooh, nice move by Andrade. His tights. Let me see. What does Hangman's tights remind you of? Let me see. Nice clothesline. His tights. Let me see. I gotta look. What does his tights remind you of? Oh, that was a nice move by Andrade. Hangman caught him. He's a Hall of Famer. Oh crap. He's in the Hall of Fame in WWE. Who does his tights remind you of?
I'm trying to think. He's in the Hall of Fame. His tights. I want to say Dusty, but I could be wrong. I'm trying to think. Oh, Hangman's doing the buckshot Larry. Ooh, kick by Andrade. I'm trying to think. It's not Dusty. Quick kick out by Hangman. I'm looking at his pants because he said the Hall of Famer in WWE. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank. Jeffrey, give me another hint because I feel like I'm drawing a blank here. I'm looking at the pants. Oh, man, look at Andrade. Oh, man, is Andrade going to do it? Quick kick out by Hangman. His pants. Oh, is it Jeffrey? Is it Sergeant Slaughter? He runs a show on Tuesdays. Runs a show on Tuesdays. Oh, Shawn Michaels? I was like, when I think of Tuesdays, I'm like, is it Shawn Michaels? That's what I'm thinking of, Shawn Michaels. It has to be Shawn Michaels. He runs it on Tuesdays. Oh, look, that little creep. You know what's funny? That's the same thing that happened when he interfered. He interfered in Kenny's match. And it's where, oh, look at that. Yeah, Don Callis better run. Buckshot Larry. Don Callis better run. 3. And your winner. And he's the #1 contender for the AEW World Heavyweight title, Hangman Adam Page. Similar to HBK. He runs a show on Tuesdays. On Tuesdays. Jeffrey, I give up. The first thing I thought of was Shawn Michaels, and I'm thinking, like, who is a Hall of Famer? I got it. Oh, wait. I'm trying to think because he runs a show on Tuesdays. I'm trying to think. Who? I was gonna say Shawn Michaels, but I gotta give up on this one. Oh, I was gonna say, I'm like, wait a minute, it is Shawn Michaels. I was like, what? Jeffrey, why'd you have to play tricks on me? Because I was like, the person I knew was Shawn Michaels. But up next, oh, you're such a kidder. I don't trust anyone. I don't trust anyone who doesn't choose with sauce. Yeah, that is true. Yes, up next is the 2 of my people on the Texas Tornado match. Somebody is getting their head shaped bald. Don't worry, Jeffrey. I'm being prepared because if the opposite happens, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get a lot of flack on WWT Live. Most specifically, well, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get a lot of flack if both of my people get bald. But before we even jump right into the Texas Tornado match, I definitely want to send a new initiative for women's wrestling talk that we have, and it is the Women's Wrestling Archive, where we support women from the past, present, and future to ensure women's wrestling is there 24/7.
Women's wrestling didn't just show up yesterday in glitter boots. We've been here the entire time, body slamming through history.
The Women's Wrestling Archive launches 2026, and it's going to pave the way for all women's wrestling.
Because if we don't document it, a man might say he did it first.
This has been a passion project for a very long time. Head over to the womenswrestlingarchive.com to donate 1, 5, or whatever you can. It all goes a long way.
Let's give these women the spotlight that they've always deserved.
Her story belongs in history. Help us preserve it today. Join us at womenswrestlingarchive.com. Support the archive. Support women's wrestling. Donate today.
Yeah, support everything within the Women's Wrestling Archive. I'm going to make sure everything goes. I had already posted before you were searching. Oh, Lord. You're such a kidster, Jeffrey. But happy that you get to spend some time with me. Because, yeah, after the Texas Tornado match, we have 2 more matches after this. We have the ladder match, and we have the AEW World Heavyweight Championship between MJF and Brody King. Oh, my. I'm preparing myself. Hopefully, Grandma Storm doesn't faint if she sees her granddaughter going bald. And I know Luther's bald, but I don't think Toni wants to be like Luther. It's nothing wrong. No shame of being bald, because we have a lot of bald people happening. Oh, nice. So shout out to Speed, a band in Australia called The First Test. This is the official theme song for Grand Slam Australia. So make sure to give them a listen on whatever you stream your music sites in. Oh, that's awesome that they're at Grand Slam Australia. That is awesome. Oh, I mean, he's cool. He's brass. He's freshly squeezed, Orange Cassidy, with his lovely hair. I know he's thinking, like, my hair. He's like, I like my hair. I can't imagine Orange Cassidy being bald. That's a travesty. Can't imagine being bald. And my lady, timeless Toni Storm. Unfortunately, she doesn't have Luther with her, but I can't believe it. Oh, I do love the color of the scenery with them, because now they're in denim. They know the assignment. They're in denim. Wow. Well, regardless of whatever happens, I still love Orange Cassidy, Toni Storm, no matter what. Because, well, Toni Storm's the reason I got into AEW, but Orange Cassidy's been part of my team. Can't turn their back on them now, but oh boy. Well, Jon Moxley got the victory earlier tonight. Well, not victory, but it was a draw between him and Konosuke Takeshita. And here comes that little runt wheeler Yuta, who cut off Marina Shiraka's hair. Maybe he needs a new haircut. Don't be shocked if you see Daniel Garcia trying to make a muck out of it. Oh, and there we go. Remember, this is a tornado tag match. Anything goes. I do love the picture of Victor of the tag team. I love it. Marina's telling one of the fans to get out the way. Jeffrey's like, now I want to see Marina fall. I can tell
Jeffrey has been a fan of Mina Shirokana. And yes, Jeffrey, if you did see Dynamite on Wednesday, part of Mina Shirokana's hair did get cut. And a lot of people who love Mina didn't like it. So, okay. Well, at least I showed a picture. Marina Shafir trying to put a beat on Toni Storm, but you know they realize Toni Storm's been in a lot of brutalized matches. And then we see Wheeler Yuta, that little annoying little runt. I just want to see Wheeler Yuta get his head shaped bald. I mean, Marina, okay, but I just want to see Wheeler Yuta get his head shaped bald. I hope Wheeler Yuta doesn't sleep on my guy Orange Cassidy, because Orange Cassidy's been in some pretty brutal matches since the start of AEW. So don't sleep on that. But yes, as we mentioned, the next day, because I know in Australia it's the next day, they have a house show. Shout out to our producer from the future, Joseph Messler's claiming that I hate Toni Storm, that I do not hate Toni Storm, have not ever hate. Well, to be fair, he's never said he didn't like Toni Storm. It was just he doesn't think she's a true Australian because she's from New Zealand. He doesn't hate Toni Storm. It's just he doesn't think that she's a true Australian. Oh boy. Oh my God. I saw the replay. Oh my God. That little Rottweiler Yuta put a pile driver on the Toni Storm. And look, I think that was Luther that came in. That was Luther. Oh Lord. Jeffrey, I'm just laughing at this chat. Pile drive my lady Toni Storm. Well, there's Luther taking Toni Storm to the back. My God. Orange Cassidy's by himself. My freshly squeezed is by himself. Well, it's not like what happened on Wednesday. Well, it's not like what happened on Wednesday because he did win a tag team by himself this past week, but he did get help from Darby Allin. But Orange Cassidy's all alone. But it's not the first time he's alone. You know who else needs to make up with Orange Cassidy? Chris Statlander. I know I did see it like after Dynamite was over where Orange Cassidy came out and they kind of made up a bit, and then Chris Statlander talked about her heartfelt speech after she lost the women's title, but they need to make up again. I mean, I know it's not going to be the best friends again, but at least Chris Statlander and Orange Cassidy can make up. I hope so too. My lady never backs down from a fight. But if you're joining with me, this is your Timeless Elite, your PR princess, with you on a special Timeless Elite Saturday in Grand Slam Australia in the land down under. Fortunately, two of my people on my team, Toni Storm and Orange Cassidy, taking on Wheeler Yuta and Marina Shafir in a mixed tag match, and the loser of that match gets their head shaped bald. That little runt Wheeler Yuta took Toni Storm out in a pile driver. We saw Luther carrying her to the back. Orange Cassidy's alone. He's alone. He's alone. He's alone. I know it ain't gonna happen, but it would have been nice if Chris Statlander made the trip and we could have seen it. We could have seen a mini best friends reunion. Okay, I'm looking at this chat here because I don't know what's going on with Dylan and Boza, but this needs to end. Let bygones be bygones and end it, damn it. Because I don't know what's happening, but this is the end on my watch. And it's also Valentine's Day, by the way. So we're not going to have any nonsense happening in the chat. Not when I'm here. So let bygones be bygones. And I can focus on two of my people's favorite matches, damn it. And I'm waiting for commercial. It's always the worst when you have to wait for commercial. So, but just wait out here, commercial. But we are back on Dynamite. Well, oh Lord, Marina Shafir trying to mop up. Oh look, my lady's coming out. Ooh, she gave a low blow to Wheeler Yuta, and Luther's back there. I mean, I give her credit. You don't mess with the crazy. See, and I told you, do not mess with her being crazy. Well, John Moxley's lucky he ain't there at ringside because he was terrified of Toni Storm when she picked up those scissors. German suplex. Please, 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 her grandmother. Please, please, her grandmother. Oh, poor Orange. Please. See, I'm going to tell you something. If they ever do Dancing with the Stars again, I need to have at least an AEW star on there. If you can get Stacy Keibler on there, I'm sure you can get. And also, Boza and Dylan, my only request. Oh, well. Well, that is true, to be fair. I never heard you say anything about hating Toni Storm. You just don't think she's a true Australian. But to be fair, it needs to end. Well, it is true. I am in PR, and trust me, false claims will be taken very, very seriously. And I take that absolutely seriously because I have some ethics I have to follow. But whatever, Boza, Dylan, I don't know, but it needs to end now. And it is Valentine's Day, damn it. And you're doing it during my match with two of my people. But Orange Cassidy, well, he should put the orange punch. Is he really going to do it? Well, oh boy. Marina's really put a submission on Orange Cassidy. Oh, Lord. Orange is on his own. But here comes Toni. Ooh. She got the chicken wing on him. Marina's really trying to fake him tap. Well, something has to give. Something has to give. But it's nice that Marina is working with a former AEW Women's Champion. Because I think that's great that she's working with Toni Storm. Great opportunity. It's like, come on. And also, I wouldn't mind seeing Toni Storm do some jiu-jitsu moves and everything else. Ooh, kick to the face. Headbutt. She still got the headbutt. Oh, boy. Knee to the face. Quick kick out. Orange Cassidy made the save. Oh, and I think Orange Cassidy might have hurted his ankle or his knee. Oh, boy. Well, I mean, that's the one thing to do it. Yes, Jeffrey. Toni Storm is back. I don't know how long because Orange looks like his knee or his ankle. Something has to give. He's trying to hop on one foot. That man trying to put his hand in his pocket. Oh, Wheeler Yuta missed Q. That's a Marina Shafir. Oh, Jeffrey, you're way behind. Miss Q. Ooh, Orange Cassidy took out Marina Shafir. One leg and all. German suplex. She got the hips in. Hip attack. I know Juice Robinson is so proud of his wife, even though the man is injured. Storm 0. Yup, it's over. You really think my people were going to get the head shape balls? Please. But my people, Orange Cassidy, Toni Storm, and Luther, he's at ringside. I mean, there was no way. Sorry, Jeffrey, but I'm just so excited. Oh, man. They're going to keep their hair. I can't see Orange Cassidy going bald. That's crazy. That's an injustice. I can't imagine Toni Storm going bald. Well, whoever loses gets to be... Oh, look, there's Mina Shirikana. And I do like her in that bun. She looks cute with that pink hair. Well, at least Marina Shafir is not getting her head shaved. God forbid. Look at the referee. Wheeler Yuta trying to get out of it. I'm like, no. See, part of me wishes Chris Statlander was there. Because they could be like a mini best friends. But there's Luther. That would be funny if Darby Allin came out. If Darby came out, that would be hilarious. Wheeler Yuta trying to get his head shaved. Oh, boy. Wheeler Yuta's got to go with it, but I guess... That would have been funny if Darby Allin came... Oh, look at Jon Moxley! What's Jon Moxley doing out there? I guess Jon Moxley's convincing Wheeler Yuta to get his head shaved, which... that's kind of a first. I never expected John. I've never expected just the kind of person I would never expect from. But Jon Moxley said, well, Jon Moxley said, go do it. Jon Moxley's the last person I would suspect. Jon Moxley is the last person I would suspect. Oh, boy. I mean, we're not only going to see the collapse of, Marina Shafir. There's Jon Moxley. Marina Shafir's holding on for dear life. And look, Mina Shirikana is cutting Wheeler Yuta's hair. Well, actually, you know what? This could be a good look for him because at least it'll be short hair. I am loving this moment. I know Jeffrey's like, Justin. Where's Toni? Tony's gonna do it again. This is just gold. This is just gold. Orange Cassidy is doing it with the shades on. I love it. This could be a good look for him. This could be a really good look for him. Oh, look at Luther. Luther wants it too. Oh my God. Look at Mox. I don't know if Mox is pissed off or I don't know. I don't know if Mox... Jon Moxley doesn't seem really happy. enjoying every minute of this. Lord, I can imagine how AEW Dynamite's gonna look. Look at Orange Cassidy. Mox is like, no more. And I was like, oh Lord. Look at Jon Moxley. Oh God. I think we are gonna have WWC live on Monday because I think Boss Lady's coming back on Monday. Oh my God. Woo! Dynamite's gonna be fun. But up next, we have a ladder match. We have a ladder match happening tonight. So, oh man, well, that was a fun laugh. But even though we're on commercial, we're gonna take a quick break. So make sure to get everything energized, get some beverage, go to the restroom, everything else, because we're getting ready for the anticipated ladder match between Kyle Fletcher and Mark Briscoe. And I will see you back here shortly. So, and I made it just in time for Kyle Fletcher and Mark Briscoe. And I did see a little backstage action between Okada and Kyle Fletcher. Something has to give, but I can tell you one person who's not happy about it is Mr. Konosuke Takeshita, with the fact he still has beef with Okada, which that'll probably bounce over to Wembley. Sorry, I didn't mean to have the bag, but here we go. We have the TNT. I just want to make sure I'm not going crazy. Well, I'm not making sure I'm not going a little crazy, but here we go. We got a ladder match happening between Mark Briscoe and Kyle Fletcher. And it's a good thing I had some Valentine's Day candy. It's a good thing I have some to keep me on my toes. Because after this, we got a main event happening shortly. But here we go. We got Kyle Fletcher, Mark Briscoe, ladder match for the TNT Championship. Something has to give. I'm still getting over the tornado tag match. That little red wheeler Yuta getting his head shaped ball. That was just music. Music. But feel free to put in the chat who you guys got winning this ladder match. Do you have Kyle Fletcher or do you have Mark Briscoe winning? Hard to believe this is number 7. This is the 7th meeting. Actually, 7th match meeting we're having between these two. Hard to believe. Kyle Fletcher getting that first tip of the ladder. Oh, nice drop kick by Mark Briscoe. Oh, Lord, I gotta listen to that creep? Oh, my God. I gotta listen to freaking Don Callis on the... Don't be shocked if Don Callis comes in and interferes and sticks his nose where it doesn't belong. Ooh! That was a nasty fall by Mark Briscoe, and of course Kyle Fletcher is getting a laugh at it. Oh my goodness, moonsault! That was an impressive moonsault. Just look at the replay. Mark Briscoe falling off one of the ropes. Oh man! That ladder had to hit Mark Briscoe. You'll be shocked if he gets busted open really quick. My God. Oh my God, the fans are on their feet. It's funny, Jeffrey, you mentioned Cactus Jack. His mannerism. It's kind of crazy because you were talking about Cactus Jack. I just saw somebody dressed up in a Dude Love t-shirt in the audience. That's insanity. And that just shows you how impactful Mick Foley is in the wrestling world. I got Mark Briscoe. I know. People are kind of surprised with the way Ciampa lost the belt, but Tommaso Ciampa will be back in that race. And also, we are in picture. Even though it's a picture, the match is still going on live between Mark Briscoe and Kyle Fletcher in a ladder match for the TNT Championship match. Obviously, of course, we have that creep Don Callis on commentary again, because we saw him during Andrade and Hangman Adam Page. Do not be shocked if he tried to make moves. And yep, not surprised Mark Briscoe is bleeding already. But he's a tough cookie. He's a very tough cookie, and he'll find a way to do it. Oh, and now Kyle Fletcher is busted open. Both guys are busted open. Something's got to give. He's leaking like a right? He is leaking like a faucet. Mark's, it's funny. Mark's used to this kind of stuff, so Mark is used to this kind of stuff, so yeah, a lot of them are used to it, but Mark is getting a ladder. It's gonna be very interesting on what Kyle's reign as TNT champion is going to look like. And also, I mean, I know with Mark, I thought like me, someone must have had. Yeah, that too, Jeffrey. That very, very true. I'm just checking on socials because I know some people are going to be talking about what happened in the hair versus hair. Oh, man. That was probably the best moment of my. I'm sorry. I'm just. I'm sorry. I'm just like. I'm just having too much fun with what happened earlier, but I am focusing on I'm just focusing on what happened, but whoo, man. I'm sorry. It's just I'm trying to focus on Mark and Kyle. I need to focus on them because they're putting on a really good banger of a match. And we'll talk more about that on WWT Live. But we're back live from Sydney, Australia. We have a ladder match for the TNT Championship. We have Mark Briscoe taking on Kyle Fletcher, and we have the Mr. Peanut creepy bald guy Don Callis on commentary. This is the second time we're seeing him because we saw him earlier with Andrade versus Hangman. Both men are bloodied, busted open, but Mark's used to this, so he's immune to this kind of stuff. He's been doing this for years. Froggy onto the ladder. Oh, man, and that ladder did not break. He is. Jeffrey, you're the one that called him Mr. Peanut. Yes, the first match, Continental rules apply. Mark Briscoe, he's trying to climb up the ladder. I would not be shocked. You know what? I would not be shocked if Tommaso Ciampa interfered in this match because he's still invoked for somewhat of a rematch. But we shall see. Because I think it's going to build something up towards revolution for the TNT Championship. But very curious on what Kyle's reign is going to look like. And also, there's a few contenders lined up that he could duel with as the reigning champ. Oh, Mark Briscoe almost has his hands on it, but Kyle Fletcher stopped him. Ooh, powerbomb. Oh, now the ladder breaks onto Mark Briscoe. Oh boy, look at Kyle's face. Look at Kyle's face. That's like a money maker, a money picture shot right there. And look, they're showing the replay of it. Kyle Fletcher powerbombing Mark Briscoe through a ladder, and it broke. You can't make this stuff up. But Kyle Fletcher, he's climbing up that ladder. Kick to the face onto Mark Briscoe. Jeffrey. Oh my goodness, Jeffrey. You didn't need to. Oh my goodness, Jeffrey. I just can't. I'm just laughing at the chat so much. I don't even know. Kyle Fletcher bringing another ladder in. I'm starting to believe we're almost at 10 o'clock. And we have one final match left. So Kyle Fletcher's connecting one ladder to another ladder, doing a little home improvement. What's Kyle Fletcher doing here? What's he doing? Mark Briscoe's trying to block Kyle Fletcher to what he's doing. Biting Kyle Fletcher on the head. Jeez. I just can't with Mark. Mark is just too funny and humble. I just can't. What are you saying? Oh my God. Is he really going to do it on here? Jay Driller on the ladder, and that ladder broke again with Kyle Fletcher. Oh my God. Oh man. Yeah, the fans. Yeah, that was a WTF moment. And shout out to Michael Edwards in the chat. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody. I hope you all got to spend Valentine's Day with your loved ones, and you get to spend it with me in Grand Slam Australia. Mark Briscoe going up the rope. I hope we don't play the TNT champion like a hot potato. I'm laughing at this creep saying, no, 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 no. Down goes Kyle Fletcher. Mark Briscoe, he's all alone trying to grab that TNT title belt. He's like inches grabbing, but here comes Kyle Fletcher. Climb up the ladder, slapping Mark Briscoe in the face. Both men are bloodied, battered, bruised. What's Kyle doing here? Are they really doing a suplex? What's Kyle doing? Oh my god! Suplex! I couldn't tell you if it was a brainbuster, but that was a suplex off the top of the ladder. Both men are down, bloodied. I'm not gonna lie, this is a really good match, good solid match so far. I mean, I will say they really had to turn up the notch a little bit after their previous encounter at Full Gear. Look at Kyle Fletcher. Mark Briscoe's out. He is so out. Kyle Fletcher's climbing. But Mark Briscoe's being another ladder. Oh, Kyle Fletcher's touching it, but Mark Briscoe's like, not so fast. Not so fast. Mark Briscoe. He's trying to climb. He's trying to capture that TNT championship. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, thank God. Mark Briscoe landed on one of the top ropes. What's Kyle doing? He's up. You gotta hook the belt, man. There was no way they were gonna let that man lose in his home country. But your winner and still TNT champion, Kyle Fletcher. I don't know if that was a missed botch or what, but congratulations to Kyle Fletcher. They were not going to make that man lose in his home country. Could you imagine if he would have lost? That would have been a travesty. But congratulations to Kyle Fletcher for picking up a victory and still being TNT champion. Like I said, I'm very curious on what his reign's going to look like. Hopefully he does get some storylines happening with the TNT championship. They're just doing they're just going over in the sponsors, but Kyle Fletcher's like after going through a gruesome match, you don't know, you're kind of figuring out where are you. But congratulations again. Oh, that creep Don Callis. Yeah, I mean, I guess after Andrade losing, but Sydney, Australia is giving that man a standing ovation. But here we go. Brody King taking on MJF for the World Heavyweight Championship. And you know what? It's about damn time that Brody King enters in the AEW World title picture. If his tag team partner Pandito can get a title shot, why can't Brody? Why can't Brody King get a title shot? And I'm happy he's getting finally. And here comes Mr. Brody King, who, by the way, I got to give congratulations to him, where he's partnering with, I forget the name of it, but they did like a shirt or
one of the comic book vendors, and they did like a t-shirt where with the situation that's happening everywhere regarding ICE. But most of the proceeds that most of the proceeds that happen are actually donated to organizations and families that are in support of organizations, well, immigration, but also families who were affected by what was happening in Minnesota, California, and also other states at this time. So I thought it was very dope. And yeah, Jeffrey, we're going to talk about that because I don't know what the heck, because I mean, thank God I'm not in that comms media room whenever AEW, because I would be thinking, well, what's going on here? Because I get the networks, but they kind of have to know their place. And also with the fact too, Brody is using his voice. Actually, well, a lot of them are using their voices to talk about the issues that are happening. And I love that they're doing that, especially in real time, because it's not going to go away. You would think wrestling would be escape from politics, but it's kind of the flip side, because now wrestling is incorporated into politics. And I'm happy some wrestlers are speaking about issues that are happening in real time and really taking drastic measures in any way they can. And here comes the AEW World Heavyweight Champion and MJF. Yeah, that jerk. And he looked like he spitted. But I don't know. MJF is MJF. I don't care. But yeah, and I did read that a fan got kicked out from wearing Brody's shirt. Technically, that's not AEW's fault. That's the venues. And hopefully it does get word around to, I mean, it is nice. Like I said, it's always cool to speak your mind, but also making sure to take action on what's really happening, because you want to have that self-awareness, because it is affecting everybody. And there's no escape it. You would think wrestling would be escape away for the politics, but not anymore. And I just think, it's nice that Brody and some of the stars in AEW are speaking their piece, not only talking about it, but taking action for it and just making a difference. But I do think, hopefully, someone with the AEW executives are aware when some of the fans are getting kicked out after wearing the Brody King t-shirt, and with the fact Brody is getting a lot of good responses, and the fans love him. So that's going to be something that Tony Khan and people, because like, I get Tony's the boss. Like he always gets blamed for everything. Like everybody's like, oh, blame Tony. We're going to blame him for everything. But I'm more concerned about the surroundings. Like who does Tony have in the surroundings when it comes to like executives and lawyers and everything, all that good stuff, especially his shitty EVPs. It's just, that's always something, because you always have somebody in your ear trying to be like this cynical, spineless yes person, and hopefully Tony can see right through that, because I do think it is important. I don't know about Wednesday. Well, that's really weird, because a lot of stars travel to Australia, and I know Wednesday on Dynamite they did video packages of the aftermath of both Brody and MJF while they were traveling. So I don't know. I mean, this is territory that AEW is going to really have to dip in the waters. And also, I'm always a little concerned when it comes to some political social accounts, because there are some that think wrestling is right-winged, which is not true. And I sometimes have to be the one to correct it, where originally wrestling did start in the early years for racism, still exists to this day. There are some issues around it, but there are some wrestling fans who are smart people and are aware. I mean,
Jeffrey, like, he's not a one-man person. Like, everybody always put the blame, like, oh, Tony Khan's fault, Tony Khan. But look, you gotta blame, like, who do you surround yourself with? Oh, and there's our kitty. We'll talk more about this later, but here comes the AEW World Heavyweight title. Our kitty's doing the introductions. Look at Brody. There's Brody. There is Brody. Oh, yeah, this guy. Oh, yeah, that guy. This guy. With his beloved Triple B. Oh my god, they're doing the chant again about the first time MJF and Brody did it. Oh my god, see? Oh Lord, the power. Oh god, I can imagine the next day political accounts are going to be going nutso on this tomorrow. And I did put this out there too. I am more than happy to talk about this from a PR perspective on this, because and this is no shot at them. It's just need to understand the product of wrestling. Gotta love the Triple B. Yeah, the Triple B. You can't forget about that. And oh, what's this guy doing? Is MJF really running? Is he really running? What's he doing? Well, I guess he's showboating a bit. Does he really not want to face Brody? He's just really giving the time of day. Well, I guess the fans of Sydney love MJF, but get your butt in the ring, because you got Brody. But here we go. Brody King, MJF. I guess MJF is underestimating Brody King a bit. He did the same thing with the People Care. That is true. But he's trying to mimic Brody. I mean, come on. He underestimated Bandito. He probably underestimated a lot of guys when he was champion. And here we go. The AEW World Heavyweight title. Who's going to face Hangman Adam Page for the belt at AEW Revolution? Feel free to put in the chat on who you guys got winning. Do you have MJF or do you have Brody King? Oh man, that was a chop heard around the world by Brody King. MJF's asking for forgiveness. Yeah, okay, forgiveness my foot. That's about 5. Well, 5 you would say, Jeffrey, but let's count in 6. Because he has, well, Brody, Hangman, Andrade, Swerve, Kenny. Then you also got to throw in, well, oh, that was a miscue cannonball from Brody. You also got to throw in Darby Allin because, you know, even though Darby Allin's on a side quest, he wants AEW Gold. And you can't forget about the man that's going to return soon, Will Ospreay. Can't forget about Ospreay. Because one of my bold predictions is I have him winning the AEW World Heavyweight Championship this year. It's time for Will Ospreay to be the champion, be the guy leading forward, just going on that level. Ooh, MJF is working that right knee of Brody King. He's mimicking. Oh, he's just mimicking Brody King, telling him to go suck your nuts. Typical MJF. He's targeting that knee. Yeah. 5 and 3 or 4 half people are gonna. Yeah, that's pretty true. MJF won the grand prize. You got many people coming for you. Oh boy. He's really putting in that kangaroo, is he? Oh Lord, the kangaroo. There's only one kangaroo in Wallaby I know. It's a cartoon character, and it's Rocco from Rocco's Modern Life. Oh, and of course he's giving the middle finger salute to the fans. Typical. What's MJF doing? Oh! MJF. Look at Brody. What's Brody doing? Ooh. Yeah, MJF goes right to the leg that he hit on the ring post. Submission hold. He's telling Brody to tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. Brody King's like running to those ropes running to the bottom rope for dear life. Oof. All right. He hit the bottom rope. All right. So this is the final picture-in-picture break because we got a main event. We have the AEW World Heavyweight title. Brody King, MJF, winner of this match, faces against Hangman Adam Page at Revolution. Oh my. Don't know what's going to happen there, but we shall see. But of course, before I sign off, because I don't think I'm going to do a post show tonight, because I think I gave you guys so much excitement throughout tonight. We're just going to end it right after the main event. But I do want to thank everybody for joining with me on Valentine's Day for Grand Slam Australia, kicking in the land down under. Thanking everybody for the chat from Jeffrey to Boza. Shout out to our producer from the future, Dylan, for hopping on. Michael Edwards for hopping on, because I want to make sure I get everybody before I sign off. Lynette Zayas popped in for a little bit. Chad popped in for a little bit. Michael Vasquez. Jeff Mitterling popped in for a little bit for the women's match. Will Rail Sports 1 from the UK popped in. And who else am I missing? Hassan, Network Game Terrell. I try to appreciate it, but try to do the best I can. But I couldn't miss Australia because I don't do watch alongs for Collision. I only do it for Dynamite. But if it's something like either this or like a homecoming special for Collision, then I will do it. But I couldn't miss it. It's in the land down under in Australia. I can't afford to do that. And also, it's on my bucket list because I would love to visit Australia. And I'm looking at my phone right now because I'm seeing if anybody reacted to. I still can't get over this. Wheeler Yuta getting his cheek balled. Now I can't wait to see what's going to happen on Dynamite after this. Yep, it's official. Lena Cross is officially All Elite. She is officially All Elite. Because we saw her earlier tonight taking out the babes of Wrath, helping out Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford. So it's going to be very interesting in the women's tag team division. But we are back live with the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. MJF taking on Brody King. Main event, who gets to meet with Adam Page? Here comes Brody! Yeah, looking like a cute ball. Oh my goodness. Well, Brody's having a little hard time getting up, but he's getting back in the ring. He's trying to close on Brody. Brody just like, pop. He just closed on him back. Well, Boza, to be fair, I mean, we knew this was going to be a taped episode. It wasn't going to be live. But apparently there's been some wrestling reports that have been floating around. I'm not sure about edit, but this is going to be a very interesting, because AEW is crossing over into the political realm. And it's crazy because under Warner Brothers Discovery, CNN is also under that. And I know CNN has made a notice about AEW, considering they're under the same network, but I don't know. It's going to be very interesting. I'm going to be following this pretty closely because I'm very curious. And also who, quote unquote, wrestling experts that political analysts or accounts are going to look to. Because this is a Brody biting MJF on the head. Oh my goodness. What's Brody doing? Ooh! Oh my goodness. That's what makes Brody King so dangerous. I do want to keep him in the title picture. I don't think it's gonna, well, if he does have a good showing, win or lose, it's not gonna hurt him. I just want to keep him in there because Bandino did a good job, so did Brody. And also, like, if they're not gonna do Takeshita, which I think they should, Takeshita and Okada, I wouldn't mind seeing Brody King being AEW International Champion. And that would be pretty cool to watch. And I think he would bring, like, a lot of good things if he was International Champion. But that's just me. Cannonball to MJF is like in La La Land. Kicking out MJF. That's a lot of weight. That's a lot of weight. Coming. Yeah. Brody King's a big guy. Fans in Sydney, Australia are on their feet. And also, it's so cool. Not only Grand Slam Australia, but they have their first official house show, which they're in the future. Future in real time. Oh, MJF's trying to put that submission hold on Brody. He's trying to put that submission hold on him. He's trying to put it on Brody. Is Brody in La La Land? Oh my God, Brody. He looks like is he okay? One, Because MJF has his submission hold very tightly, but Brody, he's like, Brody's like, oh, look at that! There's Bandito! There's a tag team partner, Bandito! There's Bandito! I know he was injured for a bit, but happy to see Bandito. His tag team partner, who, by the way, had a good match with MJF. Oh, Brodino. Oof. Nice move by Brody. Yeah, because I think he injured his hand. There's Bandino. Always nice to see Bandino. Happy he made the trip. MJF is literally in La La Land. He is in La La Land. Ooh, MJF. Oof. That was an interesting move that MJF did. Oh, Brody's knocked out cold. MJF, he wants to win this. He wants to win this by count out. Referee's at 6. He's at 7. Come on, Brody. Oh, he caught. I thought he almost caught it. It's Brody. Oh, he ramps like MJF onto the barricade. He hung him up on the barricade, and both men crashed and burned. I know Bandito, he's rude. I know Hangman Adam Page is watching this match closely. Well, Bandito's trying to help his tag team partner out. Referee's counting to 5. Oh, boy. 6. 7. Where is? Yeah, you gotta pick him. You gotta pick him MJF. You can't win the title by a count out. Gotta win by pinfall or submission. 9. Woo. Had to carry MJF. Well, Chad, you missed a lot of action that happened after Lena Cross made her debut. We got to see Hangman versus Andrade. MJF. Hangman Adam Page defeated Andrade for the number one contendership. We also got to see the mixed tag team match, hair versus hair match. Toni Storm and Orange Cassidy won. And we got to see Kyle Fletcher and Mark Briscoe, and Kyle Fletcher retained. And now we have MJF and Brody King. And MJF was supposed to go with the diamond ring, but it looks like the referee is out. Oh no, the referee's not out. MJF up to his post. This is what happened on Dynamite. And look at MJF. He sold that so well. This is like the 3rd time that's happened. No, Chad, Marina's not bald. Wheeler Yuta was the one that had to be bald. So whoever got pinned first had to be bald. So Wheeler Yuta took the bald, and John Moxley came out and told him to get his butt in the ring. But let's see what Brody. Ooh, that was a nice move that Brody did. Quick kick out by MJF. That's what I'm saying. I know Hangman Adam Page is locking in this match. very closely. Yeah, MJF. I can't believe he was caught red-handed for his diamond ring. Coveted. Brandino, he's just getting the fans fired up. Because I think he was injured for a bit after his match with MJF. Because we hadn't seen him for a couple weeks. Oh, man. Brody King ate some ropes. What's MJF doing? He's like really taking out. He took out Brody's knee pads. What's he doing? He's really taking off his knee. Oh my God, he's biting that injured knee. Oh, hey. If they want to surprise us. Hey, man, if they want to surprise us, Brody Reed, you think that would be interesting? Brody versus Hangman at Revolution in Los Angeles? Toni, I can see pulling the trigger. People. What's Brody doing? Ooh. And MJF, Brody's holding on to that injured knee. What's he doing? He's trying to put him on submission hold, but MJF is going for that injured knee of Brody. And he's smart to doing that. Going for the injured knee and then exposes. What's he doing? I mean, that's nice, right? But oof. Oh, man. Oh, man. This is definitely a good showing for Brody King. MJF wants to end this. Three. Yeah, I mean, that had to be it. But your winner and still AEW World Heavyweight Champion MJF. And MJF, you won the grand prize. You will be facing Hangman Adam Page at AEW Revolution next month. Oh, MJF would love to battle Mr. Seabiscuit, as he calls Hangman. Oh, boy. I give a ton of respect for Brody King. Yeah, head first, but I do give a lot of credit for Brody King hanging in there, and he does belong in that picture. So right now it's a little bit crowded, but here comes Hangman, everybody's favorite cowboy, walking in with a purpose. What does Hangman have in his hand? I guess they're trying to sign, seal, deliver. Hangman Adam Page is signing. And it's crazy. Last year they faced off against each other at Revolution, but it was on title. Well, the cowboy. Hangman was really going to strike him. But I guess that didn't happen. Hangman left. Oh, MJF, not only you got to worry about, well, it's official. We have our first match officially made for AEW Revolution. Mr. C. That's what MJF calls him, Seabiscuit. I don't know why he calls him Seabiscuit. I don't know. Don't ask me why, but yeah. But this upcoming Wednesday on Dynamite, for the first time ever, we have Swerve Strickland taking on Kenny Omega. And AEW Dynamite, we're going to have the debut of the Brawling Birds. And speaking of MJF and Hangman, they will meet face to face. All this in Sacramento, California. Oh my. A lot of stuff happening on AEW Dynamite. And that concludes Grand Slam in Australia from the land down under. It was a solid show all around. I think the one thing I wish they would do some backstage segments. I know it was a taped episode and everything else, but it would be nice to do some backstage segments in between. It would have been fun. Seabiscuit was a famous racehorse. Hangman is that too. It was definitely a solid episode all around. We now know for Dynamite, MJF and Hangman will be face to face for the first time ever. We're gonna have Swerve Strickland taking on Kenny Omega, which could really end in chaos. Debut of two of my favorite ladies, Jamie Hayter and Alex Windsor, the Brawling Birds, will be making their debut on AEW Dynamite, and very excited to see some of my people on Dynamite. But it was definitely a great, solid show all around from Australia in Sydney. Very happy to be with all of you, and it was just super, super fun, especially on Valentine's Day, and you get to spend it with me, the Timeless Elite. Do want to give a shout out to everybody in the chat. You guys have been supportive of all this. I know everybody is not in favor of AEW, and it's not their cup of tea, but they do provide some good matches. Just need to work on some other things, which hopefully in real time they get it right, because we want them to succeed. We want them to survive. We want them to be around for 10, 15 years, 20 years. We want AEW to be around, because you need AEW, because a lot of wrestlers get to eat. But I do want to definitely sending a shout out to the rest of the WWT crew for everything that's been happening. We are going to have, hopefully we have WWT live on Monday, because we didn't have it on Wednesday. We didn't have it on Friday. So hopefully we'll be back on Monday, and we got a lot of stuff happening. So shout out to everybody else. You know, you can always follow me on my socials at CourtneyJ11 on Twitter and Instagram. You know where to find me. I will be posting some stuff up from ISPW Wrestling's Glitter Ticket Rumble from last night. It was definitely an effort. Congratulations again to Tiara James winning the Glitter Ticket Rumble. She has an opportunity that's for a calendar year against the reigning ISPW Women's Champion Tina San Antonio. And yeah, you know where to find me. Wednesdays, I do Timeless Elite Wednesdays for AEW Dynamite. So you know where to find me there. But yeah, and also make sure to follow ISPW. They got a lot of good shows happening. Not next weekend, but also in March too. March 13th, Hackensack, New Jersey. Kurt Angle will be making an appearance at one of the events. So definitely want to send everybody on their due for good night. Wishing everybody happy Valentine's Day. Spend it with your loved ones, and happy that you got to spend it with me. And make sure to support Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet. Have a great evening, and we'll see you on Monday.
Thanks for joining WWT. Don't forget to like us on all social media platforms at WW Talk Pod. Like and subscribe on all video and audio platforms, like yesterday, my G. And check out our website at www.talkpod.com. Thanks for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.